This is why we love Premier League football. Nottingham Forest won, Manchester City won, and in literally 72 hours, the title has taken another massive turn as Arsenal now go back on top of the Premier League and 2 points clear of Manchester City with a game in hand. Oh my days, I reacted to Arsenal Aston Villa earlier on this channel. It was another dramatic end to the game with Arsenal winning that 4-2, so make sure to check that out after this one. But here I am reacting to Nottingham Forest 1, Manchester City 1. If you haven't been here before, I should let you know that I am an Arsenal fan, but although I'm going to try to be as unbiased as possible in this match review, but if you can't already, I am buzzing to see Manchester City drop points. Nottingham Forest, they displayed here today a lesson for everyone in football and in life. You're getting knocked down, you're on the ropes, but stay in the game. That's exactly what Forest did here today. Man City dominated. From minute 1 to minute 95, they dominated. They were on top. They had chance after chance after chance, landing blow after blow. They should have scored earlier on. Bernardo Silva did score towards the end of the first half. To be fair, the keeper should have done better, but he did also make some top saves other times in the match. I'm not going to get on Keylor Navas' case too much. This was a brilliant strike from Bernardo Silva that absolutely rasped it from outside the box into the top of the net. Was central the goal though. And then after that, Man City kept having chances. Foden tried to square it to Haaland. Took too long and Felipe came back and cleared it. Speaking of Haaland, this brother missed an open goal too. Ball came to him, left foot volley, volleyed it basically into the keeper and onto the crossbar. Then after that, he had the whole goal to aim at. I thought Ødegaard's miss was bad earlier today. This one was even worse from the Norwegian. Just completely skied it. And I'm thinking, you know what? Forest got a chance here because this isn't Man City's day. They've had chance after chance after chance, but they can't seem to put the ball into the back of the net for a second time. And while it's only a 1-goal difference, anything can happen in football. And Forest is exactly that. They stayed in the game and they got a goal through Chris Wood. Brilliant counter-attack and their first shot on target. They made sure to convert it to keep their streak alive at the City ground of games unbeaten. And look, their fans will be absolutely delighted. Psychologically, to be able to get a point from the champions Man City, one of the best teams in the country, it will be a massive boost to them as they remain, let's be honest, as one of the teams that are probably one of the favourites to stay up rather than get relegated in this large relegation battle. There's a lot of teams down there that are competing to stay in the Premier League division, and Forest are doing exactly what they can to stay in this league. They've been absolutely brilliant since the World Cup's conclusion. I thought they've been an absolutely brilliant side, and they're a tough team to go and play. No team wants to go to City ground to play, and they proved that here today. Although they weren't at their best and City dominated, they stuck in the game, they fought valiantly, and they got exactly what they wanted, and that was a result, a positive result. For Manchester City, they've seen Arsenal now pick up points at the death against Aston Villa in a game that, let's be honest, Arsenal didn't play amazing in. And when they were expected to beat Forest in what many thought would be an easier game than Villa away, they faltered and they didn't manage to do so. They have beaten Arsenal midweek and it's not all over, and psychologically they still will have that over Arsenal, the fact that they have managed to beat them, and they still have to welcome Arsenal to the Etihad Stadium later on in the end of April, I believe. But to now drop ground on Arsenal, it just goes to show what I've been saying a lot on this channel, that this Man City team aren't the same team, man. Like, they're really not. I think Pep Guardiola has kind of established that this team isn't the same. He's trying to rile them up, get them annoyed, and he's trying new things, put Bernardo Silva at left back and everything. But it's not really working. This Man City team have lost an edge. My honest thoughts is I do not believe Man City will win the league this season. Whether it's Arsenal, whether it's Manchester United, I'm not sure. But something in my gut tells me Man City won't win this league for a third season in a row. However, my gut also tells me that I believe Manchester City will win the Champions League this season. The one trophy they really sought after, that's evaded them, that's eluded them in their whole history. And that's exactly what Erling Haaland brings them, man. In a 38-game season, Erling Haaland will not be the player you want to break down teams every week in, week out, when every team plays a low block against Man City. But when the games get tough, in pressure situations, in big games against big teams that are going to try and fight Man City blow for blow, Erling Haaland is your man, and he proved that on Wednesday against Arsenal, and he'll prove that in the Champions League when they go against teams like Real Madrid's, etc., PSG's, Bayern's. When those teams won't sit back and absorb Man City pressure, they will go and fight Man City blow for blow. But today, when they're playing against a team in a low block like Forest, Haaland, he didn't really do much. He failed to score. He had a few chances. He didn't bag them. If you wanted them to fall to anybody, you'd want them to fall to Haaland, but he just was not his usual clinical self. Elsewhere in the Premier League, this Saturday 3 PM kickoffs were massive, man. Massive implications up and down the table. Bournemouth potentially picking up points as well, man. In their fight, we know they want to stay alive. Southampton, when I started recording this, they're currently 1-0 up against Chelsea. I'm not sure how it ends, But there's going to be a healthy chunk of time added on due to Azpilicueta's injury. If they manage to pick up points, that keeps lots of pressure onto Graham Potter, who we know has had a big checkbook to play with, but has not necessarily delivered for Chelsea thus far. Southampton need to stay up. They're managerless right now, and it's a massive dogfight down there. But heading back to this game, I mean, Manchester City, they do drop points here to Nottingham Forest, especially seeing Arsenal pick up points. It's just going to swing around about this Premier League season. I think it's going to be a brilliant one. I don't think it's going to be a season where we see teams get 90 plus points. I think whoever wins the league will win it with around 80 plus points. I don't see it reaching that 90 stage because I just see both teams being able to drop points, especially as the fixtures come thick and fast out of the Champions League and Europa League. Arsenal can get more involved with that from, I believe, 2 weeks onwards. Wow, it's going to be a brilliant season. As always, let me know your thoughts on the match in the comment section down below. I'd absolutely love to hear it. And if you're new and you love football match reactions, why football is the place to be, make sure you subscribe down below on my road to 2,000 subscribers. I'll be my football and see you all in my next video.